until our stream
we'll
is
give you an
up.
exclusive announcement on your podcast.
Okay, let's have it.
We are doing a black carpet premiere of the director's cut at Flake's Brewery House. What is that?
It's on Broadway Extension.
Broadway Extension.
Right across from Chicken and Pickle.
Okay, when can we expect that?
December the 2nd.
All right, guys. So today we are here with Marcus E. Brown, Dekoven Riggins, and we'll be talking about a whole lot of stuff. But the first thing we want to kind of get started on is Wall Street Burning, which is a film that you guys pretty much did everything with. Y'all want to tell us a little bit about that, or what inspired, the attempt to go and document those events?
Yeah, I think being here in Oklahoma, finding out late about Black Wall Street up in Tulsa, Greenwood District, was something that for me was a big thing that I wanted to see on film. Hadn't seen it on film outside of documentaries, and so after finding out about it in college, and then waiting, I guess, 10 years or more, and still no films out, decided let's go make a feature.
Okay. What's you all's background in
film, you mean?
writing, producing? Because you guys wrote,
Yeah.
produced,
So our backgrounds, neither
everything.
one of us come from this world specifically.
Okay.
So professionally, I come from education background.
Okay.
I got my bachelor's in business, got my master's in urban education, got my doctorate in higher education, and was working in higher education. But on the side, I did music. And so I produced music, and that was the thing that I did, not as an artist, but behind the scenes production. And always had a love for movies as far as watching. We got a big movie catalog. So that's kind of my barrier to entry was I work with sound, essentially.
Right, okay.
For me, it wasn't school. I was in the Army. And I got into video editing in Iraq. I started editing videos for my battle buddies. And then from there, when I got hurt in Iraq and I was getting out the military, I just started taking pictures and editing things, and I just stayed with it and fell in love with it, and I started making the announcements at church. That's how I really got real deep into editing. There's always something. And I went from there, and we just put our stuff together. Everything you see is me, everything you hear is D. Perfect little connection we got.
Okay.
And then from there, once we decided to come together, we just both kind of dove in head first into learning as much as we can, YouTube, buying courses, buying equipment, and just trying stuff. So, yeah.
How would you say, on a scale of 1 to 10, the creation of Wall Street Burning was as far as difficulty?
I'm going to say a 10.
I'm going to say 15.
Really?
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Extremely difficult. One, again, it was our first feature film, and the only thing we produced before that was a short film. There was one short
18
film,
minutes long.
and then we produced the feature. And the ambition of trying to create a 100-year-old movie in a space where you don't have a budget, where you don't have the equipment to really like block out or do all the things that you need to do. You don't have a crew. You're working with pretty much almost all first-time actors and actresses. It's
difficult isn't the word.
It's not the word for it.
And then you're shooting it in October, but it happened in May.
Yeah.
It's
right.
Yeah.
So setting the scene is all difficult.
Difficult. Yeah. So just the everything it was difficult, but I think for us the great thing about it was we've gotten to go back, look at all we had to do, not know. So being new, you know what they say, people who don't know what they don't know usually can just you free from the rules. So we were kind of free from the rules. We knew some stuff, but we really didn't know much.
Right.
And so we went into that doing whatever we wanted. And we kind of carry that with us now, even though we know more rules, we understand film, I think, a lot better now.
Right.
We still carry that same mentality.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Y'all break the rules.
Mm-hmm.
See, my background is in different stuff, education, as well as I'm a cosmetology instructor. I'm a salon owner, and we teach our students to break the rules.
Yeah.
Because that's how new things are developed. That's how things grow. Industries expand because somebody broke the rules. Now, in spite of all that, you guys did wonderful because you got into theaters.
Yeah.
How much of a challenge was that, or was that something that was fairly simple? This was pre-COVID.
Yeah. It was like literally a month
right
that's what I was
before
gonna say.
COVID.
Right
Yeah.
before COVID.
Well, how we did it was we went to Tinseltown.
Mhm.
The Black Theater on the east
Right.
side, but they made us pay a exorbitant amount of money just to watch it.
Not Tinseltown. I don't want to put that on Tinseltown on the east side because it
A-
really wasn't.
AMC
It was
then.
Cinemark.
It was Cinemark.
Cinemark.
Made us pay an exorbitant amount of money just to watch it, and then they said, "Nah, we're good." So that was just a waste of money. And then,
Really?
yeah.
Well, we didn't have to pay them. What we had to do was they wanted us to get it rated before they would even watch it to consider it to go in the theater.
Okay.
And to get it rated, like the cheapest was $3,000. And so we had to get it rated so that they could watch it. And then they was like, nah, but you can put it in our theater if you give us 95% of the profit and you make sure that you fill up the theater.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so and we was like, no.
Thank you.
Right.
And so Marcus got online and was looking at Harkins and was like, let's reach out to them. And so we reached out to Harkins.
Because Harkins is independent.
And they're independent.
Okay.
They have their
I didn't know
own.
that.
Yeah. And so we reached out to them, sent them the trailer, and that was enough for them. They was like, yeah, you can come 4 walls this film. And what that means is, if any of y'all done watched Dolomite, the
Eddie
remake
Murphy
with
version.
Eddie Murphy's
Yeah, I seen it.
on Netflix.
We did the same
thing
thing
he did. Where he
Okay.
paid the dude, I think he paid him like $500, and he got to show it on the weekend. We paid Harkins, and they would let us show it there for the week, and we keep all of the profit.
We keep the
Okay.
gate. They
Yeah.
keep the snacks.
Yep.
That's how it
Right,
goes.
right. So they got the concession stand.
But I do want to give a special shout out to the rating people.
Yes.
Can't remember who they were, but we sent them the film and we didn't know the audio wasn't underneath it.
It was just a QuickTime file, and it's separated,
Right.
and they didn't have a QuickTime player,
But
but they watched,
They watched
the
the whole
whole
movie
thing with no
silent.
score.
and still
Really?
Yep, and
It was
still
no
rated
score.
for
It was
us and
just
everything.
dialogue, the whole thing.
And they still said it was a good movie.
Oh, really? You couldn't hear what was being said.
No, they could hear what was being said, just no music, like
Okay.
none.
It was just
Okay.
words.
It's just
because they didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I won't say it wasn't difficult to get it in theaters. It was just trying stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know, and being courageous
Right.
enough to say, hey, let's see if we can do this. Let's talk to them. Let's not be afraid to talk to anybody.
Right.
And we did, and
And then I think
And there
that,
it was.
and that's what pushes us to keep going. Because when
Yeah.
I remember, because they let us watch it in the theater by ourselves before they had even let anyone,
Okay.
and just seeing our work up there, that was dope.
Yeah.
Like I never thought I'd have a movie in a movie theater. So that was
Really?
cool,
Yeah.
What were the numbers?
so Oklahoma City was amazing. We sold out for almost 2
every
weeks.
show,
Yeah. We ran it for about 4 weeks here.
Oklahoma City,
Oklahoma City,
Texas,
Texas. We sold it in
California,
Arizona,
Arizona, and
Colorado. And then we also were showing it in Tulsa at Circle Cinema, which did really well as well.
So we are working on a much bigger version of the film, our
Yes.
director's cut, which is actually on the screen in front of you. So just it's a much bigger version because we got a little bit more money now. So it's bigger. You get
So
to
more
interact
detail.
more. Yes, and
And we ain't got no money yet.
Oh, no,
but
no.
it's a little bit more.
Okay,
money
so
we can
will
add
it
to
be same actor, same everything,
Yes.
just more detailed?
We just added to
in
what we
scope.
already had.
Okay.
Yeah, we just built on that and added some more character development as far as you getting to know the characters a little bit more insight as to just people planning, just people living their life.
Right.
And then it's interrupted.
From what I understand, there's been some awards
Oh yeah.
along with the film.
We won a couple things, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to toot our own horn or nothing, you know. But we got Best Oklahoma Feature at the Fly Film Festival. You know, much love to them.
Okay.
And
My film festival.
Best Oklahoma Feature, Best Feature with them, and then we won Best New Directors at the Red Moon International Film Festival. We're currently in 2 more film festivals. They just haven't happened yet, so we're waiting to see if we win there. But yeah, we're making the rounds. We're doing okay. And I what I enjoy the most about it is we didn't know what we was doing.
Yeah.
And we're winning like this, so we always talk like, man, if the director's cut was in there, because now that I'm not saying we're out here like Spielberging it up or nothing, but we're leaps and bounds better than where we were.
Right.
So it's like, oh man, if they can see what we're doing now, we're winning with this.
That's what I was going to say. You already rented with the beginning, and now you're expanding it more, so that's exciting.
And one thing I'll say to people who are interested in doing anything that they don't have any experience in, just get in and do it. But be a student. Go out and learn as much as you can. And I'll say that's something that we did is we learned as much as we could up until that point. And now we've continued to learn, taking courses and doing different things to hone our skills. Like it's a lifelong learning journey through this process of what we call filmmaking. But that's with anything. Just dive in, learn as much as you can, apply as much as you can, but you still don't know as much as you think. So yeah,
it's always something to learn.
Yeah.
There's always room to grow.
You should never feel like you're the best at it. I mean, even LeBron James, you constantly see him practicing because that's the only way to get better.
Right.
So every time we do something, we're still watching courses. We still, we still subscribe to people on YouTube to learn how to do certain things better or convey emotion better. Because you're never going to be the best if you're good where you're at.
Right.
So, but we still break rules. So make that point.
Yeah.
We're always going to do what we want, but I still want to know. You can show me the industry way, and that way I can build my way around that. But still never going too far where people don't understand it, but enough where it could be the notice way of doing things.
Yeah. So overall, what's the long-term goal? So you've done Black Wall Street Burning, the director's cut, and now you're expanding on that. You're going to go a little more in-depth with the characters. And you mentioned a short film prior to this feature. So is the long-term goal to continue to do features or series or what?
So right now we're currently, since we did Black Wall Street, we've done 2 more shorts. We worked on some other people's stuff as well.
Okay.
And we have been developing a series for Black Wall Street as well as writing a couple of other series and features. So we're developing a whole lot of things to continue to bolster the Notice brand because ultimately we want to be as big as possible.
Okay.
The goal is to have
so these series and things of that nature, how would you do that? Would you go about it the same way, kind of like what you did with the feature? Like, what would you do? Shop Netflix? What do you?
So
how does that work?
There's a couple of different routes you can go when it comes to distribution. We've self-distributed Black Wall Street after it left the theaters. We put it on Vimeo, and we've done pretty well. I think it's been seen in about 17 different countries.
Okay.
Is it 18 now? 18 different countries.
Can we still access that?
You can still access it. This is the original. This one hopefully will be out soon and on a lot more platforms. But we've been searching out a plethora of distribution deals. And there's a company by the name of Indie Rice that we think we're going to attempt to work with and see about getting it distributed through as many channels as possible, whether that be Amazon or Tubi or Pluto, just as many of them that are out there. We're going to work with them, and then ultimately we will have our own distribution platform. Notice streaming will be coming soon, hopefully next year, at the beginning of next year. Hopefully Notice streaming will be up and running as we're actively working on that. And we're looking for as many content creators as possible to be a part of Notice streaming. So that's where a lot of our stuff will live. We'll still try to get it on as many big platforms as possible as well. but notice streaming to be the way that we deliver our content in the future.
Now, there's a lot that goes into this process, even the casting of the characters, like you spoke on the location and where you want to shoot and how to depict that time. How would you guys say, or what kind of impact did that have as far as home life, other responsibilities, and just for those of us that may want to follow different paths, would you?
Well, so most people don't do what we do because we
Right.
handle pre-production, production, and post-production all on our own.
Yeah.
Now we've gotten better with getting other people who are either interested in being in film or just interested and want to help
Right.
to give us lend us a hand, okay, hold this or do that.
Right.
But for the most part, the thought process is these two brains coming together and
Right.
methodically planning it out, and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And so, we spent time, especially when we were making the original, 24 hours, days in the office, trying to get it ready and pumped
Right.
out because it's got to go in the theater next week. We got to be finished with this project. So, the scouting, Marcus is retired. I do real estate, and this is our full time thing.
Okay.
So during the daytime, this is what we're doing. We're out, we're ripping, we're running, we're meeting with locations, and we still get to make it home,
Right.
But when we're in the thick of a project trying to get finished, we can spend
24 hours.
Yeah, we'll be here, but I will say
that's a literal 24-hour day.
Yeah.
and love to our wives because they. In the beginning, they
Big
weren't
time.
too understanding, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
And I think when they got to see the finished product, and they were coming to the theaters with us and seeing how people were reacting, it was like, oh, okay, so they weren't just up there playing video games. They was actually making something. And then especially with us, our sons are a couple months apart,
Yeah.
so they're always up here with us watching what we do. So when we're done, they can take
Right.
it over. So
Yep.
this is a family business.
Okay. We're looking at some series, some major features. Dekoven, you mentioned you used to do music. So are you focusing more on the music for the movies, or are you looking into still pursuing some of those things in reference to the music industry?
No, I have no desire to do anything
Really?
in the music industry. That's this guy.
Oh, okay. So now you into the music.
Oh, I've been.
He's been
since
an
I was 10.
artist for a long time.
Okay.
I do handle scoring the films. We do have a couple other partners that do produce music for us, and so all of our music is produced in house. We don't use outside music except for one song that we use on this film, but everything else is in-house music. So we produce everything at Notice, and I oversee that side of things when it goes into filming. Yeah.
Okay. And so we can look for streaming next year. Where should we tell everybody? Vimeo
right now.
Vimeo, yeah.
Vimeo,
For
Black Wall Street Burning.
/ on demand
On
/
demand,
it's Vimeo.com / on demand / Black Wall Street Burning.
Yes.
But
Okay.
we'll give
For
you the
now.
link. Yeah.
Okay.
Until our
We'll
streaming
give you
site's
an
up.
exclusive announcement on your podcast.
Okay, let's have it.
We are doing a black carpet premiere of the director's cut at Flake's Brewery House. What is that?
It's
off
on
of,
Broadway Extension.
Broadway Extension.
Right across from Chicken and Pickle.
Okay, when can we expect that?
December the
December
2nd.
Okay, cool. That's coming up.
It's coming
Yes.
up. Yes.
Okay, so
And
y'all on the
seats
burn.
are limited. Yes.
Seats are limited.
So how do we get in? I mean, if seats are limited,
We're going to
We
put
gonna-
something
we
out.
VIP list.
We're going to put something out
Okay.
there.
And we're working on some VIPs.
Working on some VIPs,
too.
some
Pretty
real
good
VIPs. Yeah.
Okay.
So, it'll be a place that y'all want to be.
That's going to be an event.
And so then we'll see the director's cut,
You'll
which
see
is
the
the
director's
more
cut.
in-depth
Yes.
cut.
Right.
Okay.
You'll
The
see
original-
that.
Okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
The original is 117 minutes
Okay.
from start to the end of the credits.
Hour and 17 minutes.
Hour and 17 minutes. And the director's cut is an hour and 43 minutes. So,
Okay.
So it's I mean it's not like leaps and bounds longer.
But it's long.
Yeah,
It's
almost
longer.
30
And
minutes
you do
longer.
you actually meet a couple new characters. We flesh
Yeah.
out characters that you did when we saw for a moment. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well that sounds like a plan. Sound like I need to be in the house.
Hey,
Yeah.
we
It's gonna be where you want to be.
when tickets are available, we'll have a big thing. We'll put it out online. Everybody can go get the tickets and everything.
Looks like we on to some big things.
Oh yeah.
That's the goal.
That's
We
yeah.
We
so-
trying to, you know, we know we got Black Hollywood in Atlanta, but we're trying to do something in Oklahoma so people don't feel like they need to leave. Because there's a lot of talent here,
Yes.
but everybody runs away.
Major talent here, and it's hard to keep it here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you guys will be part of that pool because I know quite a few people that's their goal. Hey, we got so much right here.
Mhm.
We're an untapped market,
Yep.
you know, and we need to take advantage of that. Well, thank you guys.
Hollywood's swooping in, so
Oh yes.
Hollywood is creeping
Yes.
in here. So
Yeah,
we
they
trying to
really
make sure
are.
Oklahoma is secured and that we just don't get overran.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to throw out there?
Check us out on
I
all
will
things
say-
Noted Studios.
Say it again.
Check us out on all things Noted
We
Studios.
finally
All
become
things
Google
noticed.
worthy. So
Yeah.
if you Google Notice Studios, you'll see our Facebook, our Instagram, our
Notice NOTIS.
Yep,
NOTIS
studios. We got our own website. You can get your merch
Get
on
you
the
some merch.
website. You can do
Yeah.
all that. You see everything we've done. They said just Google us if you can't find us on something, and you'll see everything.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Once again, today we had Marcus E. Brown and Dekoven Riggins. You guys go check out Black Wall Street Burning, and we will add that link and keep you posted on the upcoming events. Thank you. Till next time.